bang, bang, bang.
When I know you had reached the priority bus route, I mean you were going with the priority bus route when it comes to the headliners, and then you went to this. You say Marcel, I think I heard you said about some boy that maybe get caught up in the wrong side and all those things.
Yes, TK, a former national under 17 footballer, national. Of course, he got gunned down on Charlotte Street, just the street, just west of us.
Yes, I see that.
From George Street into Charlotte Street one time, so just a stone's throw away.
I see that. I saw where the people were scattering, getting on the ground, something like oh, I promised somebody was
a movie.
No, I have it here. I have it here. I had to let them see. Yes, because I promised somebody was to play it back. Right, because they wanted to know what I was talking about when I tell them. Lennox remind me of back in the days of when they take over the parliament. And Joseph Tony.
1990 attempted coup.
And Joseph Tony, they now saying, well, who is your master? And then, and then he started. But who? And then he just gone down easy. Then I see where like it's blushing in a corner there. So I can recall you.
When people see danger, they respond in different ways. And of course, fright does make the adrenaline run. So if you have a high fence, you normally would not be able to jump over. We'll jump over that because more blood is circulated, because the adrenaline would have, of course, been secreted into your blood to make your muscles do things they normally wouldn't do under normal circumstances. So I think that is what transpired there. In this case, of course, he was able to bend low, to avoid danger.
No, but I remember you and all having a very looking fate here, man. Man, I later had to play that.
I myself had an episode.
Don't talk before everybody get the see first. I telling somebody about that, they said no. That I say yes. They don't say go down. Boy, so
I had a Joseph Tony episode.
Yes. So that boy was how old he was now though? If he was under 17,
I think he would have been in his late 20s.
Wow.
I don't have the specifics in terms of his age, but of course under 17 he would have been, and that wasn't too long ago. So yeah, maybe early, if not late or middle 20s. But whichever it is unfortunate that a person of that caliber would, of course, be not that any life is more important than any other, but certainly when you have an exceptional talent as compared to the general population, one expects that that person will be able to exhibit that talent in the interest of national pride and national, attractiveness, in national appreciation and so on. And in this case, of course, for the wrong reason, he has lost his life, because they talk about gang and gang warfare. Having been, of course, a resident clearly of the Laventon community. Marcel did say that in his statement, whilst he didn't give any details, but he said that he represented him, Marcel, being a lawyer. So it's clear that, and he said that, of course, he took the wrong track. So this suggests one time that even though he didn't tell us what the details and the specific of the crime or the issue that is now before the court that caused him to be his legal representative, anybody with applying common sense will know that it wasn't something positive. It was something negative.
But you know what, watch it?
Gang warfare seemed to be the order of the day here.
But you know what I watch at Lennox Smith? I watch at, look at how Marcel saw it that day. CNC3 ain't saying nothing. Look at how TV6 ain't saying nothing. Look at how most of the mainstream media ain't saying nothing. But I can recall 2 people getting kidnapped. One up here back, one still kidnapped. And all the goodly Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar, had said is funny. And the opposition, Marvin Gonzalez, Penny Beckles, all of them was down Kamala Persad-Bissessar's throat, asking her in a sensitive time what she mean by funny. Could you remember that, Lennox Smith?
Definitely. Because she was actually, in my own paraphrasing of it, she's questioning the circumstance and how how that situation came to be. But you see, it's unfortunate that the opposition will be so selective, and that is only because they are conditioned by the political, let's say, stocks or currency that they would like to improve or increase or up the value of, when in fact they must always take into consideration that the Prime Minister, by virtue of her office, is head of the National Security Council. And an important figure like that, clearly they would have information that the ordinary person, including, of course, the opposition, will not have. And therefore, I find that to suggest that there's something untoward about the statement made by the Prime Minister, rather than looking to analyze and say, well, there may be something that the Prime Minister knows that the rest of us don't know, and therefore we will wait and see what would have transpired. And then, of course, we saw certain things developing. We saw, of course, $171 million recovery of marijuana, given a particular name that is Colombia connected. And of course, there was some incident in the past where some distant or close relative was beheaded some time ago, and of course the amputated head or the beheaded head ended up back, or should I say, transported to Colombia, and all of that. And of course, there are other instances that tells us that we have to. There is something more in the mortar than the pestle, and therefore we must not see things just superficially, or not avoid people who try to make us see something that really and truly does not exist.
But what I watch at with all of that there, with how Marcel come out and said that, right? I believe that was insensitive. One, you was the boy lawyer, right? Two, look at the moment, it's death or if it go, and you without the family, without anything. You take it upon yourself to say, well, he went on the wrong side and whatever. You know, you're going in that direction. When is a famous person, is an ex-national footballer under 17 or 8 go.
Yeah.
And
the headline is Taki or TK strayed from his dreams. Yeah. And of course, that's the headline. And the article itself will give some indication as to what that straying means, as indicated by the MP Marcel. So,
right. So what I'm saying is,
quite right. There is an element of insensitivity at this time.
Right. Based on the fact that is his lawyer, based on the fact it's politics and all them things. So I just was bringing the innuendos of the government, of the opposition, when it come into that whole thing. Because to me, that same thing is no different to when the kidnapping went down Mona's Island there, and these two individuals get kidnapped. And when was brief, because look at how there was brief there, and we hear nobody saying, well, that is insensitive. What Marcel means by that? What this? What that? But when Kamla Prasad Bisesa had said, hey, this looks funny, something funny about it.
It's something more immortal than the person.
Everybody was down on Kamla Prasad Bisesa.
The Prime Minister, yeah.
Including...
Very good observation, I want to say. Very, very, very good perception. And that comparative analysis clearly has a lot of validity. Because here it is, a similar statement was made by somebody who they consider to be less important in the society, but by someone who is considered to be an MP and therefore an important person, make a statement no different probably to that of the Prime Minister when she said the same thing about, of course, the Monas Island kidnapping. And here it is, nobody pulls Marcel over the coals. But would have done that for the Prime Minister. Well said, well observed, and I want to commend you for that.
Because watch me. Let me say Marcel Marcel didn't say that. And let me say the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa, head of National Security Council, end up get a brief that somehow it looked like he went astray of his dreams. TK, and only had mentioned, well, something is funny. It looked like he went astray with his dreams. Everybody and the mother, including mainstream media, would have been on Kamala Prasad Bisesa. What you mean by that? And then I don't bring in black
including the opposition leader, who seemed to have in a state of constant storm, in a state of she seemed to be tempestuous in perpetuity. So any port for a storm, because she just wants political relevance that turns out to be spitting in the sky and falling in her face every time they speak, whether it's the radar, whether it's, of course, that situation with respect to Monas Island, whether it be, of course, the implementation of higher penalties for errand drivers, etc., and we can go on and on.
Nice.
They seem to be in a perpetual state of saying things and hoping to get some political mileage, but it turns out to be exercises in futility.
Nice. The next thing, you was talking about the priority bus route, and people are up in arms. The maxi taxis and taxis of them are up in arms over the priority bus route. What's
increase cost to them, or for the, should I say, fee for the use of the priority bus route? And of course, the statement is in the headline and the Newsday is that they are suggesting some $8 for short drops, like short drops, $8. Of course, a trip, I think, straight from Port of Spain to Arima is about $10. So a short drop, $8. So if you for convenience and you want to take a maxi from the hub here in Port of Spain, let's say to drop off in Passy Street in Laventille, right there, you have to pay a whopping $8. Well, that is what for short drop. And of course, they are saying that there was no consultations, whereas the last administration had consultation with respect to everything else, but at the end of the day, they didn't benefit from those consultation. The government then did what they had to do, whether it be the demerit points system that they introduced. But even the opposition has said that those things are draconian, that it is you implement measures like that to curb behavior as opposed to making it look as though you are taxing for income purposes. Well, we had accused the last administration of that as well. But I think in this particular case, the big difference is this, that they have scrapped by and large the merit system, that is to say this government, and of course increase the fines. So you cannot have your cake and eat it.
Well, right, but watch. And that's the next question.
Why increasing the fines in this case? Just so, why increasing the fines in this case will not cause people to curb their behavior? While, of course, the merit points, when you would have got the maximum, you lose your license all entirely and you have to go through a whole process that people can't work at all. I mean, they have to be rational and they have to be realistic. But go ahead.
Right, but the next question I will be asking everyone, because a lot of people are asking to ask that question, which is, do you agree with the do you agree with the traffic fines? Yeah, with the traffic fines at this point in time. Do you agree with the traffic fines?
I personally,
because some people say they come like the same thing. All right, you're getting the right point. You say you can't tax people. A government can't tax people into prosperity, but people are saying, yet still, this government that say that, and they have a lot of clips out there showing where this government saying that, and bam, it was also clips showing where this government was against some of the traffic fines and all, and now they are saying, look, the government come in power, and let they go on down the same road as the PNM, with the exception of the traffic fines. With the exception of the traffic fines. But hold 1 minute there, Lennox Smith. Let me just close up on the whole issue of Marcel statement with TK and all those things, and then we are going to this next one. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Hello.
Yes, caller.
Yes, good morning.
Andy, Lennox, Mikey, everybody, all the listeners, good morning. I wish you all the best for 2026. We have to try and keep our government here, because let me tell you something, Andy, I posted to you. Stuart Young and his bandits want to call a meeting at 2 o'clock today to call out the pilots and the Pilot Association to strike on the government, to strike with the airlines. That is an essential service. Well, I hope this government have the pepper spray and the rubber bullets for their skin, because let me tell you something, they intend to bring on this government this year, coming here, they said. By any means, they said they're going to do it. By any means. So we have to be prepared. And I don't care what they do. According to their OBA leader, they could take northwest, north and south to jump high, jump low, wherever they want to do. We have to stand with our government. They are not going to get back there. We have to prepare ourselves for that.
Right, but
let me tell you something.
Yeah, but Santa Cruz, Santa Cruz number 2. Let me think again, because this is how it's going to be. All right, they're going to call to ask the pilots to strike. But could you recall back then that this present government was supporting the Pilots Association based on their wage increase that they wasn't getting, where they didn't come out and strike, which I don't think they'll come out and strike anymore because they cannot. But on the highway, when you're leaving Piaco Airport, it have a billboard, because I think it's Lennox Smith. I think it's to bring that to my attention, whereby in a technical way, they came out and strike. So what the strike, now you are to let the people know what the government, the opposition is motivating the pilots to strike about. Is it the same raise in salaries, issue of money that is owed to them, as the same thing that was going on back then?
Andy.
Where?
But Andy, you're right. The government wasn't giving pilots any kind of increase. Camera stand up for them, and they have to realize what is going on. And this thing we have now with this what do you call it? So the privacy bus route and all these things that hike. Let me tell you something. People, all of y'all out there who don't obey the law, all of you can drive and still in Mars, them is you all got to worry. So you let the government do the work and we go see what's going on. And Andy, I wish you all the best. Continue God's blessings for the next year coming, the new year, and I will call you back again. Have a good day.
Okay then, thank you very very much. Let me just take a next quick one day quick. Oh boy, because that is the topic all over the place right now. Trinidad and Tobago, all Gong reporters. The main topic is not of the young ex-footballer. It's not even of the pilots. The main topic is at this point in time that is trending all over, especially on mainstream media, is the traffic, the fines, the traffic fines that was increased by this present government. So my question to you all are, do you all agree with the increase in the traffic fines that was introduced by this present government in the wake that it have things out there on social media that the present government was against the hefty traffic fines that was implemented under the PNM regime, including the demerit point system which they dealt with. And it have a video that is circling with the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa is saying that you cannot tax people into a country out of poverty. Right? So, all let me know what all you think about that. I honestly believe some of the traffic fines are too much, too expensive, because the country have no money. People have no jobs. In a country, to me, you will get people that will break the law. Not only that, you will see too, when it comes to traffic fines, a lot of people don't pay it or cannot pay it. Right? And I believe the benchmark of those traffic fines was started by the PNM. Them hefty traffic fines. They didn't raise it by 100, 200. They raised by 1,000, 1,500, and all those various things. It was started by the PNM. And to me, it's a slap in the face, in a way, to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, based on the increase is on the increase of the wicked increase that was handed down. So I don't know if they had think through that whole thing there. Lennox Smith, I don't know if they think through that whole thing. But some of the traffic fines are too much of money. It will only wreck a man. It will make people that what they will do if people don't have an income coming in. However, to me, in a way, it kind of will create criminals out of some people and all them kind of thing. It kind of let it too stiff. Right? Especially this point in time. So a man will go out all right, he car ain't so hot. But remember, the roads was bad. Mashing up people's cars. The roads still bad. The government of Trinidad and Tobago, the new one, had to organize and address the issues of the poor roads that have real people cars at this point in time, real lyric. Real people cars is like that. Right? And to see when the police now and the license officers pull up on you, they're showing you your tires. They're eating a ticket. Tire ain't too good. Windscreen, a little crack. Headlight, rear light, bump. A glass ain't going up. A glass ain't going down. All the simple thing is a glass ain't going up. A glass ain't going down. The next thing is open all four doors. A door no opening. One door a opening. 3 opening. You get a fine too. What is your thoughts on the fines? Because the opposition will use that as a leverage to wrongfully accuse the present government of raising the fines in order to make money to help the country, in which this present government say fines, taxes, those things cannot get a country out of poverty. Yes, the WhatsApp number, Lyndon Mark, the WhatsApp number, say everybody, you know the WhatsApp number is one number, 366-3053, 366-3053. Again, 366-3053 is WhatsApp number, right? The landlines 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Right, which is car, woody, and all those various things. But Lennox, short and sweet, what's your record? That is what is trending at this point in time.
I agree, and I understand the concerns of those who are saying that it is a contradiction, it is hypocrisy at work, because you're saying one thing at one point in time and then another thing at another time. But I have looked at this very analytically, and still looking at the comments coming from the Prime Minister in particular, who talks about, of course, we are living in a lawless dump, and therefore the argument has been that there is too much lawlessness on the roads, and so whilst, of course, the demerit points and so on may be draconian from the perspective that you could lose your license and therefore lose your livelihood by increasing the fines in the way that they have, I am saying that people may well, because of the size of the fines, see it fit to conform and not breach, because to assume that irregardless of the fine, whether it was doubled or tripled, that you are going to breach, and therefore the behavior that the intention was to curb will result, of course, in greater funds for the coffers of the country, for the treasury. I think we have lost a very important point, and that is that there is a need to understand that it is about behavioral change. And the way how the opposition coined their argument, they astutely avoided the fact that if the fees are higher, then the likelihood that people would less take chances is greater. So therefore, if your car ain't working properly or there's a tire problem, you will leave it at home and take public transport, for example, because you know the risk you're taking is so high in terms of affordability or unaffordability, that you would prefer to conform, leave your car at home, and go to work using public transport, as the case may be.
Very interesting.
That is how that argument has been left out of the equation, and I'm saying that we should put that in, because there are other deeper things that we can go forward with, but I'm going to stop there for the time being.
And that is what makes the ground report very, very interesting, because what about the people like Patricia Reid and people like Reporter and many other people who will say that but the PNM had come up with some legitimate reasons too in raising the fees in order to curb behavior pattern and all those things that you were saying there. At the end of the day, the PNM did come up with those type of things too. So all the people who saying, but hold on, before we go there, let me just take this call, because it's very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh boy. Go ahead, caller. Short and sweet. Hey, all they short and sweet here. Then the test run for Monday, please God come in. All you have exactly a minute to organize and talk. Go ahead.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Andy, give thanks for life, health, and strength.
And all the best to you and your family.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Not too much mornings. Go ahead. Get to your point. What's your
But that wasn't the campaign train. They will list the fines and the public, and now you're coming and raising the fine. You didn't find that kind of betrayal to the people and them? Because if you're taking a short job from Sabah to Port of Spain, that's $8 you have to pay, you know. And they're just giving thanks to life, health, and strength. I'm not defending nothing because we have nothing to gain. Because you see my two training, we will come trade.
The fines that what it is you're talking about, the fines what it is we are talking about, KFC is
it's about we find out about the drunk driving and all them kind of thing and going for $1,000 to $2,000.
Yeah, everything, all those fines, these the illegal moves, the fines that them raised. That is what people are saying. But you are saying that the present government back then was saying that when they get in power, that they will drop some of those
drop the fines.
Okay.
Yes, but that will tell the politicians not to be trusted. Okay. I like David Mohammed. No pour no red jersey, no pour no yellow jersey, no put any ink and get opportunities. Because I defend when I defend people victimizing me. And they are not a natural. Have a blessed day and a bright and prosperous New Year.
All right, Thank you very much. Let's take a next call. Because that is what it is people are saying online at Lennox Smith. That in a campaign trail long before, that the present government had mentioned about those fines too high and all those kind of things. And to see they come to double it. I didn't get the evidence with some of the things but that is being mentioned. So that is why I'm leaving it for our people and asking the questions. Do they agree with what's going on? Let's go again. Caller, you make it short and sweet. A pleasant good morning to you.
Morning, Lennox. Morning, Andy.
Morning,
Andy. You're good. I hope you'll have other compliments of the season to everybody, right?
Yes,
Andy,
yes.
I don't think the government should have approached this way. What I thought they should have done was they should have done our research, because if it is about curving behavior, most times these things should have already been done from any form of psychological research and statistics showing. Because remember, we have punishable crimes that could send you to jail up to 15 years, 20 years, etc., etc. The question is, the real underlying question is, would the increase of fines change the behavior of people? Personally, for me, I don't believe so. I think what the government should spend some time in doing in the first year is making sure they have the infrastructure, the police out with their speed guns, etc., making sure police officers have their body cameras, so that you have all of the necessary evidence. Because once we have the visibility of the police on the roads, persons are less likely to go ahead and commit crimes, right? But at the same time, hearing them saying that, it's to curb behavior, I feel it should have been done from a psychological research first, rather than just say, let's come and increase the fines, because we are saying, it's to curb behavior. Remember, the government did say in 2024, whilst they were in opposition, the fines were too hefty. But I think the solution should be if people directly are not agreeable to the fines, then bring back the demerit points. We can't want to be a lawless society, and at the end of the day, we don't want to directly agree to reward and punishment system. Remember, outside of all of that, we still have the underlying issue of paying back loans that this former government borrowed for years, and we ain't paying them back yet. At some point, you have to ask yourself the main question: do we want to keep throwing off the interest of those loans to be paid, and then you come and you have to lose a court, or you have to lose a this, you have to lose a that? I think however way the new government swings it now, they're going to get some measure of backlash. That's my honest opinion, looking at the humanistic perspective of the way people thinking about this thing. Right? So that's just my contribution there. You'll have a good new year to come.
Thank you very much, Lyndon Mack. Tobago, let me say a pleasant good morning to Tobago. Mother Bernie. Senator Fox, all of you. My brothers and sisters, and hey, Mother Bernie, let me know if you're picking up 91.1 FM in Tobago. Again, Mother Bernie, Silver Fox, my brothers and sisters in Tobago, I would like to know where you all are picking up 91.1 FM, so I'll be able to let them know they need to do something and deal with Tobago, because we want to make sure in all maxi taxis, PH vehicles in Tobago, the people that are renting vehicles, that they can pick up the ground report on a morning, Monday to Friday. So Tobago, please let me know. Next caller, pleasant good morning to you. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report?
Tobago.
Tobago, go ahead, Tobago.
Yeah,
and don't forget, you will try to lock on to 91.1 FM. We're not there yet. Just to tell me if you're getting it, if it's static, if it's coming clean, if you have to push our antenna out so high, so now, that government station, and it's supposed to be heard throughout Tobago, clean and clear. You agree?
Okay, thank you.
Right, but you let me know that, but let's hear what's your contribution.
Yeah, I find what you're saying, right? They took the campaign about it, right? And I support the UNC party, although I live in Tobago, but I don't like what they did. You understand? They come like they betray the people and them of Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? They come like, they pay them now. See that? I do the same damn thing, man. I don't like it. Thank you very much.
Wow. Wow. Let's continue. You can coming across nice.
Andy,
Go ahead.
morning.
Go ahead, call brothers, and good morning to you. You have exactly a minute. Go ahead.
Oh God, I go down in a minute, Andy, but I already
All
want to
right,
talk to you boys.
right. You have a minute and a minute and a half. But stick to what
All right.
is your contribution. Go ahead, a minute and a half.
Yeah. Andy, I just want to say greetings to you and Lennox Smith.
Yeah, we hear
And
you.
this thing I want to say now is we vote for UNC, we vote for change. The former government, we had the same problem. Now become worse.
What you saying there, mother? I ain't hear you, mother. Mother, what you say?
But it
All right, just no element.
they're not working.
Go ahead.
You hear me, Andy?
Yeah. Going and get ready now. We're going and make sure I get ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't make sure I get ready. Go. You go ahead by the time we hear you.
Andy, this is total ridiculous. They can't let them government do it. She lied to the population. Everything she doing, she's lie now. Eh? All the video coming back. But she promised on the campaign. And cannot touch him out every single thing. She has do not what she say on the camp up to this day. So 8 months or how much months going in. Nothing. She and Pararat, I don't know what they're doing. And the next thing, Andy, I want to keep going. I have plenty to say, but I'll call you back tomorrow. I called for hamper in the UNC office. Right? I have pension. It's how people getting pension. They getting NIS. They getting government pension, and then you see them collecting hamper in that office. And the people are driving Paro, driving the biggest vehicle. They have the biggest land and house. And they're working.
Which office
and they
is
getting
that? Which office you call?
Pararat.
Barry
Over
Parra?
South here.
Barry Parra?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Andy. Andy, it's terrible. Up to this day, we can't see Pararat here yet. But they're petting and dancing and partying every day. We can't meet them in the office. We get an appointment. They want to agree none. None they want to agree. Andy, Andy terrible. Andy terrible. We're going on in this place here, Kubasok, Andy, we get the hamper. They tell people we can't get it. And people collecting the hamper, Andy, I have proof. I could show you the proof. It have people working. The council tell me flat. I tell them I'm going to call and highlight it on the ground report. He said, go ahead and do what I want. The constable of the area here, Mr. Rajbal. I call in the name too. And the dealer who control everything is Bishma. You hear, Mr. Andy has nothing to say, but I don't just sit on here, they're respectful. What is it going on with Baba and all these people? It's really terrible, Andy. Andy, I can't keep it out. I wait for today to get to tell you this. It's terrible on this side here with this UNC government. And this office said they put Pararat. This is the worst minister they put here, that Pararat. I'm telling you that. Up to the work, any problem, you can't see this man at all, Andy. My sister want to go in that office to see them. Or she can't get an appointment too. You know, my sister in California, she can't get it. We can't get it, Andy. They're giving me none, and other people get to see him. Why they do me this? They're spiting me? They're spiting me? Eh? A hamper you can't get from them, and you won't get me. I don't mind. It's how people collecting NIS and pension, Andy. And the hamper go by the house and each one of the children get hamper and right in the back I could color every houses for you. Every houses. I could color for you, Andy. This is mad, this is what they're doing, this is ridiculous. What is this people doing here? And this councillor. This councillor, they do nothing for the people here. You can't see nor hear him. You call him in and say no phone. And this is what we passing through here. And this going to send PNM was. I come, we get worse now. We get worse. We get worse now. You hear? And I don't know what to say about Canada. See all this fine and the tax and things which taxing for people on the road. The road is not good. People get damaged, they make an accident in them hole. And nothing fixing Andy. And you're putting them fine. What about to Kamala? She going senile? Or she getting crazy?
All right.
This is it. And the parrot. And parrot, I don't know. I don't know what she really doing. And that's Homeland Security. I don't know what they're doing, Andy. Andy, this is terrible. I telling you that today, I'm a 71 years old woman, and I tell you what is going on, Andy. And I want to talk tomorrow. I will call you back again tomorrow, Andy. Once I get to a call and answer, I start talking to you.
All right.
Thank you very much, and greetings again, Andy. You know who it is? California.
Yes, California.
Support the ghetto people because at the end of the day, the garrison is bang. Big up all yourself. You don't know, I am Young Sidan, the voice of the ghetto youth. And I will always support the ghetto people because at the end of the day, the garrison is where I'm from. Now, I want to talk something serious right about now. In case you was distracted.
Caller, pleasant good morning to you.
Yeah, morning, Tobago. We're getting you loud and clear in Tobago.
Right. On 91, on 90. Well, no, we're getting loud and clear now. But we will be on 91.1 FM. Or from Monday, please God come in. Are you getting us? Do you all get us? Or do you all pick up that station 91.1?
Yes, Andy. Yes.
We just asking you to test. You are not getting.
You're not getting the ground report, you know. We're not on 91.
Yes, in your spare time, at your convenience.
Yes. Yes, Andy. Yes, sure.
All right. But right now you're very clear because we're on social media. Right. So you pick me up on social media. But at this point we're not at 91.1 FM. We're not at that yet.
Understand. Yeah, we're getting you clear. Yes.
All right. So it's get a station clear up there. All right.
Yeah, we just get it very. Yes. I'm not answering to you, Andy.
All right. So let's get very clear.
Yeah, we just get listening everything to all this. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
And what do you think? What do you think about the fines? What do you think about the fines? Do you all agree with the raising the fines, or do you all disagree with the raising the fines at this point in time by the new government?
We agree to it. You know, strict times come with strict measures.
All right. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So they agree. Well, they agree with the fine. This way go set my people across the. They agree with
the ram, the lamb, and the jam. I don't think too much of people drink alcohol because let's see what going on with the alcohol this year. But what I'm saying is this, right? Should in case you was distracted again, come January, all you know January is done a hard month already, and boom, as January hit, the vehicle charges them going up. If all you take a look at these charges and them that they put now, it's very ridiculous. Now, I want to talk to Auntie Kamala and the UNC ministers. Now, mind you, all you know where I stand. All you know I don't deal with them over so. UNC is my thing, but at the end of the day, if I don't talk about this, I will be just like those stupid PNM people who voted PNM all these years and then did nothing about it, you understand? Auntie Kamala, I'm going to show you something, eh? You know we say UNC, and I am a die-hard UNC supporter, but at the end of the day, you can't be doing the citizens of Trinidad this, right? Because you can't be giving people something with 2 fingers, and then after you come in and take it back with 2 hands. You see that? It making no sense. Better you did raise food prices and leave alcohol and cigarette waiters. Better you did raise food prices. Better you did put property tax and leave the vehicle charges where it is. Because at the end of the day, you're making no sense right about now. We and I And all them other UNC activists and them, if all they don't want to come out and talk about this, I will come out and talk about this because you know why? Me, that's like taking a piece of iron, hotting it, and putting the cold part in somebody's backside. So they can't hold the hot part to pull it back out. That's what you doing, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Come on, let's be real. You looking for people to come and start to come down with throat now and have all kind of things to say about us. Auntie Cam, let me show you something. This is not.
Wow, wow. Wow, wow. Morning caller.
Andy, I had to call again. Andy, I wish people could really sit down and understand what's taking place. We have seen the carnage on the road with the accidents, how terrible it is. We know that carnival is coming soon, right? We know that you're going to be drinking and driving on the road. People, if you know you're not going to drink and drive and you're not going to do the things against the law, you don't have to worry about paying anything. What is the big problem there? Why people complaining she didn't raise food prices to say you can't eat? Andy, what is wrong with them? Eh? Why don't they try to understand? They have what they have in their brain. They have them as bad as their brain people or what? Thank you, Andy.
Wow. Let's continue. Let's hear. Go ahead, caller. So some people, just so caller, well, some people justifying it by saying, like my good friend here from Santa Cruz is saying that Santa Cruz number 2 is saying, here it is. If you don't intend to break the law, you really don't have to worry about paying no fine. Just make sure your tires have grips. Make sure all your windows going down. Make sure all your bulbs lighting. Make sure your windshield don't have a small crack. Or you go out on the road and they catch that car. Is the law take it? Let's hear what somebody else have to say about that. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Andy.
Good morning. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution to the Gong Report this morning?
This is the New York friend here.
Go ahead, you have exactly 1 minute. You have a pilot. Oh, go ahead.
All right. Here we go. You see the fines? Going to make the UNC find yourself in problem. There's too much of fines. You cannot expect people to be driving on roads, dilapidated roads, without getting damage to the cars and things, the bulges and so forth, and tires damaging and rims damaging. They have to fix that first. Now, if a bulb blow in a car, oh God, you give the people issue a ticket. When I say a ticket, you have 30 days or you have 10 days, 12 days to fix this and report to the station and let them see that it was rectified, the problem was rectified. Electrical problems will happen with cars anytime. You have to work with the people. You cannot tell people that because the glass ain't going up properly, you're going to give them a fine. No. Give them a ticket. Not a ticket, really. You understand what I'm saying? Give them something, a letter, then you have to go get this repaired and report to the station. Let us see it is working. That is all. You can't be, it's only draconian when you're doing things to people. People expect you to do good for them, not to put them under pressure. Now you see your vehicle in America, it becomes a weapon under DUI. If you're driving under the influence of alcohol, your vehicle has become a weapon. That's a serious issue up in America. They just put bracelets on your foot and for that. They just take away your license for that. That's a misdemeanor right now in America. You can't play the fool with that. And America getting serious, when one headlight blow thing, they get another more like Trinidad or something too. But no, they're not so bad as all in Trinidad. We cannot do that in Trinidad. Fix the roads and things and give people a little breather to fix the vehicles. If they have good roads and vehicles running dilapidated or people overloaded the vehicle, these are things that take a caution people about. Everybody's supposed to be cautioned before they are charged. That is all they have to do. They have to work with the people. Things hard in Trinidad, Sometimes people really want to fix their car and they can't afford it. Give the people a little time because all you want time to fix the government and to fix the country. Give people some time to fix their car the same way all you want time to fix everything. Anyway, I don't want to say too much because I want to cut me off. Have a blessed one, my brother.
All right, thank you very much. Next caller. Good morning, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning? While I taking this call, Lennox Smith, you realize like everybody most so far is against the fines. But Lennox Smith,
Yeah.
you had give them just now to me. Well,
You see,
yeah,
yeah,
they're not agreeing. They're not agreeing.
I'm almost in a state of discombobulation. I'm almost in a state of confusion, because, like, take for instance the caller that says, well, best they keep property tax and one or two other taxes, but property tax, you have no choice. This is the point. And therefore, if it is that it is about curbing behavior, now there are other factors that we have not yet gotten into that I'm sure we'll get into. But if it is that you have a choice here of leaving your car at home, not use it at all if it is defective, because of the size of the fine. It is not like property tax where whether you like it or not, when you can't keep your land home and not pay, you have to pay. And of course, they did not pursue increase in water rates or electricity. And whether you could pay or not, you have to pay, otherwise you get it cut. But in this particular instance, you have a situation where if it is that the argument is curbing behavior. Now, I am not taking out, I'm not moving I'm not moving away from the equation, the possibility or the situation where they may see it as an opportunity to increase some intake for the treasury.
Yeah,
but I'm saying that the citizen, the motorist, he or she has a choice. Leave your vehicle at home. Now, I'm saying this from the perspective. Remember, listen, just let me finish here. Let me give you an next example. Remember, it had pool boards all over the country, all over the country. And as soon as the government said, well, listen, we're going to regulate this thing, you have to pay so much and so much for each pool board, you just see these things disappear. People either, the strongest survive. Those who could afford it, they keep. Those who say that this is waste of time, they do away with the pool board. And even in recent times, just now, with respect, of course, to clubs and these betting machines, you have clubs that have closed down because they say they can't afford the taxes, because you have no choice. But in this particular case, you have a choice. Fix your vehicle. If you don't want to get caught or expose yourself to being caught, but if you do get caught, well, you have to pay the fine.
Right, but Lennox,
you have a choice. Go ahead. Yeah.
Right, because remember we practicing, because you and all have to learn one time, because also we might have to take a break, that, to explain as short as possible. So what are the people now, Lennox? Because again, I have to be a devil's advocate, because again, this is the dynamics of the Gong Report. Look, people are saying, Lennox Smith online, that you're BSing them at the end of the day, based on you being a part of the people partnership, the people partnership of interest. And look how bright the ground report is, that now you could justify raising of fines while all the government has to do is leave the fines already where it are and understand, okay, who take chance of it go, but it's coming across like they are punishing people, or like they're trying to raise money, because remember they say it, you said they say it, that how it's a next means of raising finances. You say they say that too. When the Honorable Kamala Prasad...
I'm not taking it out of the equation. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm not taking it out of the equation. But their argument on the surface of it, the prima facie case, is that, and we have done it here with respect, of course, to the situation, the argument, for example, of the Caribbean being a zone of peace. Everybody is saying that the Caribbean being a zone, but none of those who are talking that have all of them have ignored the fact that the causative agent is Maduro, and if he wasn't doing what he's doing in Venezuela, causing oppression and depression, and of course killing the economy, the people would not have migrated out of there, and therefore we would have had this situation. The point I am making is that in this particular case, you can't bring, for example, property tax and say, best to leave that because you have a choice. In the case of property tax, you don't. And I want to go further.
Right,
now that you mentioned
all right,
that,
no, don't go further yet, just now.
Take your call, and I will bring the elephant in the room that I know everybody would want me to address.
All right, but watch. I'm taking the call, but before I go further, put in consideration, people are online are saying that that is not the issue. They understand the issue you are raising. They understand the direction and the dynamics you are speaking about. They are talking plainly of raising the taxes, raising the fines at this point in time when this present government said that they would have reconsidered dropping it.
Right. Okay,
and them come now.
But the elephant in the room is credibility. Credibility now. So let's go there. All right. So they said that they will reduce rather than increase. But here it is. They have found themselves in a situation where they have taken away the points system and believe I hold no brief for them. But they believe that, listen, there is based on, and somebody talked about, of course, psychological assessment. You don't need no psychological assessment. The fact of the matter is that accidents on the road will, of course, condition whether or not you need to take some kind of action to curb the lawlessness on the road. So therefore, if it is that they believe that they can up the fees to make.
Wow, Lennox. Put back on here, they scored. But meanwhile, let me take a call. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Andy.
Go ahead, Felix.
Andy, morning.
Go ahead, Felix.
I'm
morning.
taking 5 minutes because all the bun out.
All right, go ahead, Felix.
Yeah, we're going. I agree with Lennox 110%. You know why? Remember, they're taking taxes to fix the road from the gas station by the pump. Why they should go and tax men like Sinanan, Stuart Young, all of them extra more than the taxes for their vehicle because they do nothing to fix the road, right? But the road is another problem. All they have to do is obey the law, right? You have a bad windscreen, stay home and fix it. Don't come out there to thing. Look at the next thing. People who parking their vehicle on the roadside and having congestion on the side of the road and all kind of things. At one time, Jack Warner said he'd direct them and charge them for that because you occupying space that you're using. Right?
Hey. Oh God, Felix.
Yeah, later.
Martin Ford say, Felix, hush your, well, you know, the thing out and go back in your bed. So Felix, somebody say, hush your ASS and go back in your bed, Felix. All right, for agreeing with Lennox Smith. Let me take this call. Morning.
Hello.
Morning, Andy. Morning. Hold 1 minute. Ravi Nanan is saying Stoops only excuses from this wicked government. He also said Lennox is playing politics. A lot of other people are saying spiritual is saying Lennox, when the government is wrong, call them out. Ah boy.
But I mentioned credibility.
Plainly, call them out plainly for what it is. Yeah. They say call them out plainly for what it is.
Right. So they raise the point about credibility, you see, because...
Well, remember, we are the man. You're going to talk it just now.
But I'll go there.
Hold on.
Take a call because
you're done
explaining. Go there now.
Go ahead, caller.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, Andy, all Lennox, happy holidays, you know, so Well, I wanted to find out what's going on with that port fees where they charge they doubling up on that also. When I bring in anything in the country, I gotta double up on my prices now.
Oh God,
So
yeah.
I mean I don't see nobody else talking about that and for like tickets and all that sort of thing, traffic infraction. So if any little problem with your vehicle, they're doubling up on the tickets. I mean you had to call them out and you were saying that before you was advocating if them come in power and they're doing wrong, you had to call them out. Why are they calling them out? Call them out.
We
If and when I bring it to the country, them jack up prices on the port. What it is you think I going to do? You think I taking that cost for myself? I passing it on. Call them out.
oh
All right,
God.
thank you, gentlemen. You have a good day.
We papa.
Yeah. And that's where I was going. But we have another call. Take it because I want to go there.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
I have always said to you, the people, that the UNC government will not have it easy or will never have it easy with the people of Trinidad and Tobago. They will never be able to get away, not with even a hair, just a half a hair, or one strand, a quarter of a strand, compared to what the PNM just get away with. Now people are calling me to hold me to account. But I can't stand by you, my brother, yet. But I understand what you're saying. If they're doing that to the drivers, that's what you're trying to say. Well, then you can look forward anytime for the fees and the port to raise and all those various things and all that kind of bacchanal. But it will be unfair of me or uninformed of me to even call out or pick a side at this point in time, lacking the information, the direct information from the line minister, Eli Zachary, for the cause, the real cause, and why on the campaign trail they said one thing and why they decide to introduce it now. I can't condemn. Nothing. They have to condemn themselves. They have to make the statement. I is not the government lawyer. They have to make their statement on that grounds. But you are correct. As I swear, and I always said to you, the people of the Ground Report, and soon the people of Trinidad and Tobago and the rest of the region, that we and the Ground Report will never allow the UNC to go down the road as a PNM, because we want the UNC stay in power, because we believe they are the better government. But it will never be that we are silent like the PNM people was. That's why today the PNM are in opposition. With the Ground Report, if something is right, with information and evidence, it's right. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. But at this point in time, I ain't hear the government talk about why yet. Why they raise the prices, or what's the cause, or because this is something that is trending and everybody, including UNC people, Lennox Smith, is saying at this point in time that shouldn't have been or shouldn't have been.
But listen, there are the dual factor that we must now enter. That is the elephant in the room: credibility and political fallout. Let me be clear. credibility and political fallout. Credibility here, I believe, is who you would accept, whether you want to call that excuse, whether you want to call it a rationale for such a conduct that appeared to be deceptive, and the second part of it is the political fallout. Now, in order for me to deal with the latter, meaning the political fallout, I have to go, of course, I have to bring in, because of course the alternative is the PNM. So I have to bring in the PNM in this analysis. And the first question I will ask of the PNM is, what would they have done in the present circumstance? Now, the present circumstance has not come there by itself. It's not an epiphany. It didn't come here just so. It came as a consequence.
You had to explain faster. Time.
Yeah, quickly. Of the PNM having gotten $12 billion when they came into office, and by the time the UNC came into office, in addition to the promises to increase, of course, the public servants' salaries, etc., they ended up with just about four months of import, meaning that about $4 billion from the $12 billion that the PNM got in office. So it's clear that there is a deficit, there is a shortage, and therefore they have to find ways and means of filling that gap in order to manage the
Lennox
affairs of the country. And therefore, the PNM must tell us what they would have done in that situation, and you would see that they would avoid talking that talk at all, because they would have had to do worse than that, including, of course, all the things that they promised, or should I say, they said that they will do, or would have been prevented before or during the election campaign. Whether
Lennox Smith,
the Trade and Tobago revenue, whether it be property tax, etc. They have to explain that.
Right. So Lennox Smith.
Go ahead.
So you are saying Lennox Smith that that because of the credibility, you agree with the present government raising the fees on motor vehicles. Because of the credibility, that's what you're saying?
No, I'm saying credibility in terms of why they would have done it. Would you believe them, or would you believe the PNM?
Right.
They have to bring in that,
so,
because there is a political fallout. Political fallout here means that the PNM will, and of course they are taking advantage of that situation, but stopping right there, doesn't want to go further. Because if you go further back, you have to ask the question, what would you have done in the present circumstance where you only have about $4 billion in reserve and about 2 or 3 months or 4 months of import?
Right, but Lennox, what the people are saying again, Andy Williams have to be a devil's advocate. Because I want to make sure I bring the point across to when it comes to everybody and what it is they're trying to justify.
So let me tell you that they will do something, and they did it. And I'm talking about credibility.
But Lennox Smith, what people are justifying, whether credibility based on, yes, at least them letting you know, here it is, I meet a deficit, and here it is, I taxing you to try to make or raising fees to try to help with the deficits. Lennox, wait. I taxing you to help with the deficits in which I met by the PNM. I met that deficit. So I'll tax you to bring it. And because of the credibility, right. But what people are saying, Lennox, is that the Honorable Prime Minister said, which comes like a deficit, because PNM was on a deficit too, you cannot tax a people or a country into prosperity. So isn't that it come like the same thing if you raise, again, I'm just being a devil advocate. If you raise the tax, if you raise the fees, the motor vehicle fees, and you are saying because they meet a deficit, are they not taxing the people there in a different way to try to get themselves into prosperity? Is it not come like the same thing, Lennox Smith? Let's say you had to make it short and sweet because we had opening lines.
Yes and no, because I'll give the analogy of building a house. They didn't come and meet a ready-made house. It comes as though they have to put down a foundation. and you have to save money in order to get the superstructure going. And you have to understand that aspect, and that is the aspect of it that I'm trying to direct people's minds to. And whether or not the credibility of the UNC as compared to the PNM, having of course engaged in self-righteous indignation, suddenly they believe that somehow they could just say that and get away with it, and therefore people must gravitate to the PNM. And I am saying, which one of them would you now choose in such circumstance? That's all I'm saying.
Okay then.
And what the PNM would have done in that situation. What you believe the PNM would have done, if not worse.
All right, let's go to the lines again. Yours truly, the Pitbull of Radio. Again, I have to be a devil advocate because this program is an independent, democratic program, and everyone have a say. Everyone have a say. I will have my say when I get to interview the Transport Minister, Mr. Eli Zachary, because obviously he will have been briefed by the Honorable Prime Minister and Cabinet and the Finance Minister on what is the true purpose of that. And wherever that chip fall, it may. Let's see how this go. Go ahead, caller. Morning, caller. Where you calling from?
Morning, Andy. You hear me?
We are hearing you loud and clear, reporter.
Yes, and good morning to Lennox Smith. And I want to say good morning to the advisors. I don't want to let Miss Kamala Prasad take all the links that sharing all on social media. This woman has been advised by somebody, and that advisor, I wonder if they were listening to talk show while they were in opposition. Because if you want to make a decision such as what you did on Christmas Day in this country, you should have been clearing all the outstanding tickets from before and then come with these things brand new on the population. You keep all those old fines and come and double it on the population. Right now, people are getting their head politically bust in the community because we were out there advocating for the PNM to move from office and put the UNC there. Now they're asking us, the PNM and the UNC is the same thing that we're hearing in the ghetto right now. I listened to Ali Roberts to convince me that they are not the same, because let me tell you something. The clipping with Dr. Rowley saying he's not closing down Petrotrin, it is similar to the clipping they are playing right now with Kamala Prasad about these same fines and these bills. What is this really wrong? What the advisor is doing, you never take it fit to say about the road in this country right now. If this government come back to the people for a local election, they are going to lose it. They are going to lose miserably in this country. You cannot make a decision like that. You also try and let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. You see this position the country in here right now? You see the advisors to this present administration? We want to know who is you. We want to know who is you. You have this Miss Kamala Prasad cannot get up on her own and make a decision like that. This country just passed through a pandemic. People hardly have money. The poor watchers are people who still didn't get back their license up to now because of fines. They had to pay all kind of $8,000 and $9,000 to the court. Still, and they ain't paid it off yet. They're still home. Different chances to come out there. What is all they're trying to do to the country? Are you trying to fill up the prison? Because people go start to make jail right now because they don't have money. Look, I am all end up on the breadline here. I lose my only income. I had to wait till I reach pension to start to get income because I done past 60. What is really wrong? What it is wrong? What we did, what the population did to the UNC. All we do is put you to govern this country. And we are not going to sit down and allow you to do things that is going to affect the ground soldiers and the ground out here. Because the people them don't come in at we. At least pay some more callers. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, Lord.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Wee papa. Morning, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Andy, Mikey K, Lennox Smith, Trinidad and Tobago Central here. Pleasant, good morning. Andy and Mikey K, Lennox Smith and Trinidad and Tobago. You know, I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a bright and prosperous New Year. And I must say, this is what I have said last time and I'm going to say it again. This is what I was saying. Not because you support something and you see something is going on the wrong way, you follow the whatever going on and you don't say anything about it. We is not about that. Because right now, we are looking good and we are sounding good. You can tell me what kind of Christmas gift we going to get in this country? What kind of Christmas gift we going to get in this country? Eh? We are looking good and we are sounding good. That is a slap to the face. Two side, what kind of madness is that? Oh, you can't be for real. I am very disappointed. I am very, very, very disappointed with together with so many others. We have advocates for you in a massive way. And this is the kind of nonsense. Who advising the political leader to do this kind of rubbish in this country, in this kind of time, boy? That is looking good and that is sounding good. It's all over the social media and this thing that's rampage all over. Actually, the supporters and everything, the IOP bigger than white is right now. And the problem is not because you're within the law, you don't have to worry, you know. The problem is Trinidad and Tobago, the senseless one who is not driving, who is not a driver, we put it on your wheel. Even we ourselves and other people that I know fall in the category where they wrongfully gotten a ticket for nonsense in this country. And to know that same ticket price double up now. You understand what I'm saying? It have wicked police officers out there. It have wicked license officers out there. What part of that all you're not understanding? Eh? It come like all again full guns of the law to come out and give the people them. Why are you not touching the grounds people for? Why are you doing them things? Why? It's people heart and mind or they playing with on the ground or you have to stop them kind of thing. It's not about that, it's dealing with the people realistic. We're living in a cartoon world. What kind of madness is that? Or you have to fix that problem because you come here for the police putting on your mouth. You don't like it to sleep late. You understand what I'm saying? Because I want to know all these people who are against and what is the state place now, who go on up yourself and say, hey, or you shouldn't talk about this administration. If we see something going the wrong way, we have to pull them out. Because we all fight very hard to make everybody reach where they is today. And to come now and do them kind of madness is a slap in the face.
Thank you.
According to Andy, what we have to say, we Papayoi, that's looking good and nothing sounding good. And let's fix that problem. You hear? Because the ending of the day, people out there catching the royal. And the people who still even pay a ticket from wherever they get an innocent ticket buy. From these wicked colors, some of them go on the road. You understand what I'm saying? How many officers do the right thing in this country? Even the on duty and the off duty. Come on, man. Or you're supposed to do better than that. Alright? And you're going to listen, Andy, and we have to fix that problem. And it's that.
Okay.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh, Lord.
Good morning, caller. Where calling from? What's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Hi, good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. I calling from Chaguanas. Andy, this is Ulrich. You might remember me, but I used to be with Gladiator.
Hey, best dressed man, best dressed, well dressed. Go ahead, Ulrich. Hey, and spread the news. Spread the news. We back on mainstream from Monday.
Yes,
please, God
yes.
coming.
But boy, I just happened up on the TV and the TV go and smack on this program here. I don't know how that happened. So I'm using the opportunity that I get one time. That must be divine intervention. Yeah. Lennox, you surprised me. I didn't expect you to be talking the way how you talking, being a man on the ground and being with the grassroots people. You surprised me this morning. I ain't expecting you with that at all. With that explanation you give to Andy just now. And Andy, you're on point. You're real on point. And you're not being a devil advocate now. You're on point. This, look at what is happening. You're right now, my neighbors laughing at me because we just have political conversation all the time and all for election. When UNC win election, I have on my flag and I whining down to the ground because I wanted to put my elbow and all in the ink to vote out PNM. Now they're laughing at me and the UNC giving PNM ammunition that they never had. Now listen, Kamala on the campaign trail,
Trail say that she was going to drop the fees in the ticketing system plus move the demerit point. We move away the demerit points, the fees never drop. We give her a blight. We say later on that go fix, so we give her a blight. Then come now, you give a policeman an award for giving out the most ticket. Right after that, you come and you raise the fees again for licensing, like for vehicle thing. Then you come now on the dead of the night while people sleeping and grant us this new list of double again. I mean, oh gosh, we get licks from PNM, we get brutalization from the PNM for 9.5 years. And one of the main reasons why the PNM was voted out of office was because of this same traffic thing. You campaign to do the opposite. And now you're getting office now and you're doing something different. You're making me feel like if I get scammed. You're making me feel hurt. You're making me feel like, oh God, it's not no coming back for UNC again after this, because the population that had long time that will settle for anything, not doing that this wrong thing. And all you're still on 1958 politics. Now it's 2025. And at UNC, I want all you to know too that all you're being watched more than any other party because of the past. And if all you're making these blunders now and looking to come and fix things right the next year before election, them things ain't fly no more. Concentrate on fixing the road. Concentrate on the people that put in coal in the road and blocking car park. Concentrate on them things. Concentrate on the pothole that have man swinging away from cars coming in the opposite direction. Concentrate on things like that and make life easier for the population than to go down the road all you're going on. This morning, I'm feeling shame. I'm in line to tell you, I'm feeling shame. And I feel I might pull my support from Ole, because like all Ole is the same cut from the same bolt across. And if Ole continue going along that road, Ole open up the country for civil unrest, because we don't want PNM. And then it might come that we don't want UNC. And it may not have a third party. I calling for a third party since after the election. It may not have a third party. And if it do have a third party in place, all you're looking at civil unrest. So just be one. This is from one of your supporters. Andy and Lennox, have a good day. But Lennox, are totally disappointed in you this morning. I'm not expecting you to go down that road. Have a blessed day, Andy. Nice talking to you.
Again, Andy, if you don't have a call, because I want to the callers or the persons like the last caller to understand.
We have calls. Let me just take all the calls and you go and get a chance to answer back, Lennox Smith.
Okay, no problem.
Lucky thing I like to wait and let people talk and let me hear what people say before I say anything else. Me, I'm smart, bright Lennox, he jump in.
No, I remain solid in my position, and if you would allow me, I will of course show you where they have missed the ball all entirely.
Right, but remember you tell me let me allow the people to talk, so I just allowing them.
Well, no, I say yes. I say when you do so, but I mean,
but how every time?
That may well be spit in the sky.
Right,
may well fall in your face.
Right, but Lennox,
go ahead.
But people go see that like you're buffing up, because I just send you we have calls and like you're getting aggressive and like you're buffing up and all kind of thing. People seeing it, Lennox Smith. They're watching your face.
That will not save you self incrimination or or looking for self sympathy.
No, only watch your face. Go watch.
No, will not save you. No.
I not looking for no self.
Don't get on as if you're a victim. No.
No, I not get on.
We know better than that.
Watch out. Well, why you let me talk, Lennox Smith? How you getting on and watch how you smiling, boy?
Yeah. You see, looking for sympathy, people, but that's all right.
Oh my God.
That's the colleague I have.
You see, let me take the calls. Yes, let me hear the people, boy. Morning, caller.
Hi, good morning. Ground report. Morning, Lennox. Morning, Andy. Oh, Lord, well, I had to call him this morning. This is so sad. What I am here this morning is so sad. Yes, we voted for the UNC. And what this is telling me this morning is the state of the condition of this country. Because how this government is running the country is not how the UNC does run the country. So, Lennox, when you have time again, I wanted to explain to the people of this country the state of the country from a please. Auntie Kamala have to do what she could to bring it back, because if PNM was still in power, this country would have fallen already. given the 6 billion and something that they spend, right? They have no money to run this country, and the Kamala have to do whatever she wants. So PNM is not a choice. They cannot fix it. They mash it up. They broke it down. They cannot fix it. We have to ride with anti-Kamala. Yes, I understand the fines are high. I understand what Lennox is saying. If all they do break it, all they will have no fine to pay. Let us rally again with our Prime Minister. She is doing her best to save our country. Let us go with it. Right?
All right.
She's doing her best.
All right.
She is doing her best.
And what area are you calling from, caller?
I am from Arima.
Nice. It have people that that supports your contribution too, just as well that supports Lennox contribution too, and so very good contribution. Let's see what the rest of Trinidad and Tobago rest of Trinidad and Tobago, meaning whether you PNM, whether you UNC, what they have to say about it, where they stand when it comes to that.
Yes, Andy, let me just tell Lennox again.
Yeah.
You see, they say the past government, right, the last government, they spent more than twice times the amount of money, more than all the past government put together, right? Am I right?
Yes.
And my understanding is they spent more than 50 years of money in 10 years. Am I right, Lennox?
There's some argument here, but you're close, if not total, yes.
Okay, good. So if they spend all that money and anti-Kamala Prime Minister did not need money in the treasury, why are we looking back to the PNM? They cannot fix this country. They cannot run this country. Okay, with all that money, we don't have money to give them to run the country in any case. Let us rally with anti-Kamala. I wanted to explain that to the country, Lennox. Bring the facts, bring the figures, and let them see exactly what PNM did to our country. They're not understanding what it is this woman is facing. Please, Lennox, get the facts, get the chart, and show them it so they could understand what she is facing. She cannot do magic. She can't do magic and have no money. She needs money to run this country, to do what she has to do. Because if it's up to Auntie Kamala, she give everybody what they have to get. This is how UNC does run the country. They don't raise nothing. They don't, as they come in, they will cut this tax, cut that tax, and they will run the country. But they have no money. They have no choice. We have to understand this in this country. Give the woman a chance. Yes, she will make mistakes. Yes, she will make blunders. And look at what she is doing. She cut taxes, house tax. I had to pay for a land that I bought. That a piece of buy land. I don't have to do that again. Right? Which is only fair. All right, I'm done. Give her a chance. Thank you very much, Annie.
No problem. This lady, real vex. Let's take a next call. I want to make it short and sweet. Morning caller, where calling from? What's your contribution on the number one program, The Ground Report this morning? Let me say a pleasant good morning to Barry Boudram. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Ravi Nanan. All of them like they're glad this morning that some of the UNC supporters coming out and talking like this. Yes, I seen all glee, just like how I could see through Lennox Smith trying to buff him up there and talking about looking for sympathy. What you gonna say now? I'm looking for sympathy there, watching all you who like to criticize the Honorable Prime Minister and the UNC. What's that all in glee? Barry Boudram, all of them. Nanan. Oh God. I don't know, boy. I don't know.
I'm talking about two, you and I. You're bringing third and fourth and fifth parties. But go ahead, my friend. Continue to look for sympathy.
Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Good morning, and all the best to you and your family, my dear.
The same to you. If I don't get through again, a bright and prosperous New Year to everybody. The first question PNM asks after the election is, where's she getting the money? This Minister Colin Imberti asked that, where are getting the money? So in order to get the money, she has to increase taxes. You think she's willfully doing it? She don't have a choice. If PNM had won the election, by now we would have been paying increased electricity, increased water rate, increased everything. The fines that they put for the drivers is not everybody's drivers. It's not everybody's reckless driver. If you want to drive and get in an accident, if you drive in reckless, they want to take over anyhow. These are the people she fine and charging. These are the people. It's not the ordinary citizens. Mr. Pasabi says I run this country from 10 to 15 without an increase. We are a Minister of Finance where the Privy Council asks why he not being investigated. Because he can't find how much billions of dollars he can't find. You understand? But they all coming out of the woods now. I hear Rohan singing and who in fix a pothole, no way. He talking, this one talking. But that Beckles, don't ask for that woman. I want to know what are her plans are running the country. Again, I am saying this is not thing. This is not. You have to do it. You have to do it. It's a damn you do, damn you don't.
Correct. But caller again, the question again, because as I will say, all I can do is just be a devil's advocate in this thing here until I get the information from the Lion Minister of Transport, which is Eli Zachary, Finance Minister, the Honorable Dave Tanku, for a matter of fact, at least the members of the cabinet, based on this trending issue that down to UNC supporters are saying that they find it wrong. What they're saying is timing is everything, and now wasn't the timing one. And what they have going for them, what out there have going for them that they're putting up is the Honorable Prime Minister is saying that you cannot tax a people into prosperity. Right. Well, I see 007 is saying that that ticket is not taxes. It's not a tax. Anyhow we call it, it's not a tax. Right. But you and all of us at this point is saying, well, technically you're watching it as a tax. So what would you say, right? Because we on the ground report and we all, because I know your voice, you are loyalist to the ground report. What would you say based on the issue of the video that is circulating with the Honorable Prime Minister saying, just like Dr. Rowley saying, if I would not be closing on Petrotrin, if you open the fridge and you ain't hear me or you're closing, you ain't hear me, the government is not closing on Petrotrin and they come and they turn on the thing in it. And now they have a similar video now coming around where the Honorable Prime Minister is saying that she would not be condemning the former government for putting on taxes or taxing people or trying to tax a country into prosperity. What would you say for that when now you are saying that where was she getting money from? She had to tax her people.
Yes.
Right. So what would you say about that video that is circulating that technically is contradicting the godly Prime Minister? What you'll say on that?
Andy, they doing what they have to do. Who in the kitchen that feel the heat? Mrs. Pasabi says to the Prime Minister, she's stirring the pot so she's getting all the heat. You understand? It's not everybody being taxed. It's, like I said, these reckless drivers. These are the people getting taxed. They want to use the priority. If they get a hole, they complain in the priority have a hole. $300 a quarter, and they find it hard to do whatever. But like I said, if it was PNM, everybody would have take it. You feel all the calling would have be going on? Ember said what he had to say, and he doing what he have to do. My Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance, they do not have a choice. Where she getting the money, she have to tax people now to get the money. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. And one thing we will have to clear on the ground report is the difference, right? Again, that is not a tax, Trinidad and Tobago. I understand your concerns, but let me be real. As someone say it here, that's why we always make sure everybody interact where we can see what some people are saying. Some 007 is saying, oh my gosh, taxes are mandatory, must be paid by citizens. Fines are for law breakers. Fines fines are for law breakers. So on the ground report, we clear on that. It's not a tax. Kamala, the Honorable Prime Minister, was talking what I believe about taxes until I see a video or always, and I see thing how social media now will always put politicians in place when it comes to if they're lying or if they're not lying. If you all could send me, the pit bull, a video with the Honorable Prime Minister talking about the road taxes and condemning the road tax fines, in fact, talking about the road fines and condemning the road fines and saying, well, that is drastic. Look at how the PNM wrong. They should not.
Draconian.
Draconian, right. That is draconian fines. And the PNM is wrong with the camera out saying that and that those fines is too much. He shouldn't do it. And they should fix the roads first. And if their government come in power, that they will look to move those fines. Well then, boy, yours should be Pitbull Radio openly going and stand up with each and every one that is against these taxes, those fines at this point in time. So please, Rafi Nanan, I'm going to go through there quick with all my troublemakers. They quick. Glad the gap. What's my die? Tonic this morning, boy. Tonic. Yeah. They're hitting Lennox. They're hitting me. Andy, why you quiet? You say you're going to talk out if they're doing wrong. I will talk out. But please, let me talk out based on information and evidence. Facts. Let me talk out on facts.
That.
Right? No. So all you, Rafi, all you, Patricia Reed, oh gosh, Andy, you could say, oh gosh, Andy, how much you want. I don't know if it's man or woman still. And the new year coming, anytime I know if it's a man or a woman, Patricia Reed, me, I want to talk to you again in life. Right? All you, who else? Barry Boudram, you're not feel there, boy. What? I tell all, Kamala couldn't run the country. Hey, we don't know information yet. Why all they behaving like that? Right? And again, those say the pit bull, look all they saying, Lennox singing for his supper. Again, I can't say that neither. Because none of you ain't send the information or that particular information, I ain't see it. I saw facts and information by the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa based on taxes. You can't tax a nation into prosperity. And she talked about the taxes that was being introduced to we the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago by the former government. I really never hear the Honorable Prime Minister or the UNC campaign on the fines and the campaign about the demerit points. So again, I stand to be corrected. Yours truly, the Pitbull of Radio. I stand to be corrected because in Dr. Slimy is on, but true, and then you go play taking clips from this program with UNC supporters saying that they're against the Prime Minister and the government. He will do that. He going all day to pop all the UNC supporters saying here. Because I believe that is Slimy on Workers' Right platform. And due to my respect for that fella, I wouldn't ban Workers' Right platform. But Slimy had to make sure. You see the C word, the N word, the direct attacks, please don't. Otherwise I'll have no choice. So, to all of you, I taken 2 steps backwards. My brother Lennox, my co-host, he said what you have to say. I ain't agree, may disagree. I waiting for a video or some recording, voice record, stating when they had the Monday night forums where the UNC party directly advocated or were against the fines when it comes to traffic offenses. When they send me that, well then that is a different ball game. Okay? See my partner Lennox only smiling. What I go say, boy? What I go say?
Are you anxious to make an input, but I ain't getting a chance. But I'm waiting.
Go ahead, caller.
Andy, Lennox, morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Please remind the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago what a fine is and what a tax is. The lady said she will remove taxes that was burdening the country for the past 10 years, like the gas subsidy, she take $1.05. Like property tax, we don't have that to pay. Now let me just ask one stupid question and I'll come and off the radio, let somebody else get a chance to call. If we have a burglar and every time you catch him, you say $1 to come out, and he keep robbing, and you say, you know what, again, fed up by you. Then you pay it up to $1 million. That is not for the robber to stop robbing.
Wow.
Think about that. Think about that. That is what a deterrent is. And that is what the Prime Minister put, a deterrent to these dangerous drivers, to these drunk drivers, to these people who don't put on the seatbelt and thing. Please do not get it mixed up. Like people are yesterday memory and they forget what the PLM put me through for 10 years.
Wow.
And then you have people like Colin Imbut, Faris Al-Rawley, these people who cruising themselves thousands, hundreds of times, and then come into play, they so care about the people. Come look, give me a break.
Wow. Oui, papa. All right. Oui, papa. Only in a way the man kind of make some sense for me in a kind of way, Only how we explained about telling you, I had to hear with the ministers and them MP and the Prime Minister them saying. Because look, he's saying there now that the Honorable Prime Minister and the UNC say that they was raising those things as a deterrent, and then the gentleman come with a very good word, what's good reasoning. He come good there, he move like the pit bull there. He says, so if a criminal cheap raid in your house, but keep getting bail for $1, won't you not eventually raise the bail to $1 million? And when a man know, if he go back by your place, say it's $1 million you have to pay just to come out, and that go deter him from going in your place. It won't deter everybody, but when the people who thinking about it see, well, hey, look, one man really get catch and you have to pay $1 million now to come out, and that will make a man change his mind. Just like how, and only again, I just breaking down, I have no sides yet, but I just breaking down watching the whole psychological issue and the everything in it there, based on what the man bring forward there to here. Because again, the next thing I watching at, but before I go there, because boy, it's thousands are called this morning. Go ahead, caller. Short and sweet.
I want to say hello, good morning to the ground report, to Mr. Lennox Smith, Andy Williams, Mikey K, all the listeners on the ground report. Today is a beautiful day. God has made this day for us. God has given the UNC to bring back this country to how it was, how it's supposed to be. And the fines that they have put in for the travel, for the drivers, when you hear the fines, you feel safe because you know we'll have better drivers on the road. A man wouldn't drink and then go in the car because the amount of money he has to pay. Now this is safety for all of us. Let us be reasonable and let us be sensible. Ignorant ones who are talking about UNC this and UNC that, listen to me. God has put the UNC here and none of them can move them. Because God in control right now.
Wow.
And that's my God in control.
All right. Wow. We Papa. Ralph Banwari, a pleasant good morning to you. Hey Tommy. To Chandra. Chandra, morning. Hey Angelo. Morning, Monica, morning. Hey, so much of you of you that are lock on. Slimy, don't play neither. Besides taking UNC people disagreeing. Don't play, you're saying how Pitbull, look, watch how he hypnotize the people. Watch how he playing, he supporting Lennox Smith in a smart way. How I call. And look how he's saying, well, look, the caller making a point. What's the Pitbull? And play a point, man, no D-string panty and all kind of stupidness. All I'm saying, Slimy, the caller that just called before that lady, give some serious examples. The man is saying, not the Pitbull. I am just articulating what the caller said. The Pitbull is still waiting for those answers from the line minister, finance minister, for matter of fact, from the cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm waiting. And on a video with this present government, or a recording of this present government, when it coming to ticket, when it coming to fines, that they back then in opposition said that they are against the fines, it's too high, and when they come in there, then when we raising the traffic offensive fines, them will be dropping the traffic offenses fines, any statement, and then boy, all you have me. All you have the Pitbull. You hear that, Ravi? What Ravi say? How you can explain a bulb, a blown bulb, move from $1,000 to $2,000? It's not for me to explain, Ravi. I tell you how to get on to the minister and them, and the cabinet go out to tell the Pitbull that, they have to tell the Gong report that. But again, all that could be explained if it is Barry Boudram is saying, we still waiting to see when Kamala will go after Foster for corruption. Which technically I feel he mean that to that ticket fines raised or and politicians that have question marks and monies in billions that are missing from the treasury, that look, we might be thinking that putting back a line now. But here where is Trinidad and Tobago. In a way, the caller before the gentleman, and that's why I asked earlier, I really, not on a Monday night platform, not from the Honorable Prime Minister neither, I never hear the Honorable Dave Tanku or anybody mentioned the traffic fines when the PNM was in power there. I never hear them said that they will not, in coming to government, that they will drop the traffic offensive fines and they never hear that. The only thing we sure about when coming with that they talk about on a platform when they come into traffic offensive fine, because it's not a tax, it's a fine. A fine is a fine, right? Tax is everybody. Fine is based on if you break the law most times. I never hear them. The only thing I heard on the platform when it comes to fines is that they will get rid of the demerit points. I never heard them say they will drop the fines. I also never heard them mention that they will even raise any fines. So if only could get that information for me, a clipping or anything with this government saying that, like what Rowley say, if you close in a fridge and all in here, man, the government of Trinidad and Tobago not close it down Petrotrin, and they come and they do it, well then only will have a very strong case along, so they can send a video stating that for me. The video that is circulating have everything to do with taxes. Taxes, not fines. Right? So I don't think I'll have to think. And a fine and a tax is two different things, Trinidad and Tobago. Okay? Let's see, boy, the phone out of style right now, boy. Way papa. Go ahead, caller.
Yes. Good morning, Andy.
Short and sweet, Granny. Short and sweet.
I called for two things. I called to remind you, you are to meet Ken go fishing. It was the holiday, to remind you about the doctors, the internship, they finished, and they said 9 months.
I meet, so I'm clear on that. I didn't get to meet them, go fishing yet. I didn't call him on that yet.
I know that.
I'll do that for the new year. But you'll remind me in the new year. because I will interview him.
All right, and I want to say this. When this is Granny, when the PNM government tell them $50,000 tax, there wasn't grassroots people too. There wasn't people had to pay $50,000 tax. When they raised gas, 5 times from Golden Grove Road, Yako and $4, $8, people couldn't carry their children to school. When they give me cassava to eat to sit with the heart, sugar and pressure and thing. I had sugar and pressure. Wasn't that worse? To tighten your belt, wasn't that worse? When the Shanty King come here and bring the yam seed for they to eat and have all at them in hotel, it wasn't free money. A family of mine was a doctor being paid to do nothing in the hotel because they come here as the head hotel. Where were the people who want to protest, they could protest, and who want to do what they could do. No, you is lawbreakers. So you have to get it here. Now, why we not rich people? And we not complaining? Because we will try to abide with the law. So that I don't hear lawbreakers. You understand? And what they hear, Lennox Smith said he is right. Lennox Smith is right. He is not for UNC. He's not against people. He is the right thing. So this is Granny. And when they're going wrong, I will say they're going wrong just like you. It ain't no wrong there yet. It ain't no wrong there yet. And I want you to say one thing. I want to say one thing. You see all who renting apartments and that, and they have cars parked by the road, the government don't know. Let somebody take that to them. Let it start getting place, charging them for being parked by the road, right by a corner. Yeah, they rented 6 and 7 apartments. And
yeah, but there will be taxing rental. Landlords will have a tax, and you will claim on that. It's not a property tax, right? So long as you have your private home and you renting, you have no tax to pay. But so long as you have your private home and you're renting your private home, meaning making $1, you have a tax to pay. Right, but Granny, Granny, before you go, because we have to go now, Patricia Reed is saying the next step is to cut your pension because they need money. Ravi Nanan is also saying, Granny, you better hush because they way the government looking for the money. They might cut old age pension just now.
Let me send a message for them.
All right.
When elderly work hard, the past government say if they have $25,000 in the bank, they will take it. Right? Right. So let me tell them something. Let us shut them out and see if they could live and study the future of the children. Or if they want to save blood back.
Oh, God. All right, Granny. Oh, boy. Me, Papa. Well, boy. It's only fair. Lennox, you can't have too long. Right? You are your say. Let me go back and take some calls. It have hundreds of calls and it have real voice notes, boy. Including Mother Bernie and all of them voice notes.
No, I will be short. I will be very, very compendious, simply because you have said it, and 1 or 2 callers have done it already. There is a distinction. There's a dichotomy. There's a difference between, of course, a tax and a fee. And I think 1 or 2 callers did mention the behavioral change that I mentioned earlier, but they put it in the sense of a deterrent, which, of course, is a behavioral change that they want to achieve with respect to this matter. But just one thing before I conclude, and that is that is a typical PNM narrative. Let me repeat that. That's a typical PNM narrative where they put a square peg in round hole logic in order to achieve political benefit or currency. That is what that is all about. It's a PNM that has their propaganda machinery is at work clearly, because the fellow who said, listen, based on what he sees there, that I would withdraw my support for the UNC because of this draconian measure that was taken, totally ignoring the fact that, of course, they committed themselves and did in fact institute the no property tax. They did, of course, take away the merit points.
Hold on, caller.
And of course, we are confident that there will be no consideration for what? For WASA bills and for electricity. But yet still, he is concerned about that matter. That is called framing. And it is no different to when Imbert said that the country was running on fumes. And the foolish, let me repeat, the foolish PNM people take that and go on with it and believe that somehow that the overdraft is similar to the reserves that was in train there in 2010 in 2015 when there was over 12 billion US, but Imbert tell them the country is running on fumes, and they take that. That time the man referring, of course, to the overdraft is no different to when they said recently that the property tax is equal to the land and building taxes. Remember, Imbert said that, and they went ahead with it, as they are attempting to say now that the landlord levy or the landlord tax, if you want to call it that, is similar to property tax. Hogwash, and they will not get away with it. They cannot get away with it. They cannot believe that people are so damn foolish. So I still remain with the fact that it is about credibility and political outcome and political benefits on either side of the divide. And I'm saying that when coming to credibility, that particular measure is as a consequence of consideration, and you have to accept the fact that it is about deterrent, or put another way, behavioral change, full stop. You notice nobody spoke about the fact that to get a bird paper, it moved from about $20 or $25 to $40.
Yeah, somebody said to explain that, Lennox Smith. Somebody said explain the increase in birth and death taxes, and that is a tax.
No, listen. No, they said it broadly to give you the impression, to align it with the argument here that is nonsensical, asinine, and of no value. It is null and void. That's what they do. That is a PNM strategy to make it look as though it is normative, and that you will have the possibility of that being increased, and where they could find the opportunity to generate this square peg and round hole argument, they will do it, because but it makes no sense when you rationalize it. And why they wouldn't focus on the debt certificate increase? Because that margin is too small. But 2,000 to 4,000, that is a big thing. You know, what 500 to 3,000 or 1,000, that gives it the kind of what I consider be visibility and the psychological attraction that the PNM alone will benefit from and could conjure that. So I said to them, and I said to all of you who are, including of course the guy who said that he's disappointed in me. I am disappointed in you that you are unable to rationalize that, and therefore you are now clearly could be considered to be a victim of PNM propaganda.
Awkward!
Oh Lord! No! Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Ulrich, nice dress, partner. Well, you hear Lennox Smith say they partner, I don't know, you always call back when the man say you end up a victim of PNM matrix. Propaganda.
Yes.
Oh, God.
That's right.
Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Morning, Andy. Morning.
Good morning.
But Andy, you say it all the time.
You want the video. I send the video for it, and you ain't on the same number. I send the video for it. It's right there. Right?
Well, I see it.
I send it for you. It's right there.
Let me see.
Look on my number, the same number I call you. I send the video, whether it is about a 3-minute video on the whole thing, right there. And you see this thing about the fine?
Oh, God, well, wait.
About,
you send the video where she's saying you can't tax a nation into prosperity, or you send a video from me where
no,
the
video
UNC saying that the road traffic, you send that?
Yes, I send that. But the road traffic fines, when she says she'll bring down the fines, I send that video.
Wait, but I only have, but I had a look for the video and I get to put it up. I only have 4 more minutes, so I can't play that today. We gotta see.
Yeah, because it's a 4-minute video. It's a 4-minute video, right? Another thing is, if you say you're so thinking that is fines as for lawbreakers, why 2,000? If I'm 1,000, why didn't say 1,000 to 5,000? If you so wanted to be a fine that people wouldn't stop break the law, better you pay to 5,000. It come like when you want to raise bail, and they raise the fine for bails and say, all right, from 10,000 to 100,000, better you do that. So you're sure nobody ain't doing it because this thing we're raising. And people talking about a fine, right? A fine if you break the law. No, the thing is, people are watching, look, they raise the fees for a container. Every container coming in, the price going up. Who you feel going and take that price in? Is the consumer. Because when you pay the law to bring in a container, they're just going to pass on the cost. People talking about, the electricity bill is not for residential, it's for commercial. Who is going to pass on the cost? They are not going to stand all these taxes they are facing. They are always going to pass on the cost to the consumer. It always happens. Nobody in our business does accept all the responsibility when taxes are raised. I, as a businessman, you will never do that because you always want your profit to remain. I mean, you mightn't put on all on them, But let me say it's 100, you'll say, all right, the consumer, they might pay 50, I will stand 50% of the cost. But it will go up. Things will go up. No matter what, once you put on a tax on the country, it will go up. Things will go up. The same like rent. People saying, it's for rental people. Yes, it's for rent. But you're not considering the landlord. He is good. We might say, it's $2,500 to $3,000 here, but the landlord will put it onto the rent. And even if it's $100 more on the rent every month, when they go on rent, they will put on that cost on the rent because they're not standing up because they don't make all the profit.
Yeah, but
that is what people don't understand.
Before you go, use the one that also mentioned earlier this morning, or if it's not you, I want to make sure I have the two people correct. We mentioned.
No. I didn't first time I call him here.
My next business partner, we're calling and say, well, they could raise the container fee anytime, and was disagreeing with this. Call me after the program. All right, caller. Well, we get your point.
Yeah, well, watch on this number, and I'll send the video for you. It's about a 4-minute video where she did say she's going to reduce traffic fines. She did say it in the video that she's going to reduce traffic fines on the video itself. Right?
But caller, but you don't tell me that, and I come like you're playing more here like Lennox Smith, man. Like you want me to play this thing.
Because you say you wanted the video, so I send the video for you.
Right,
don't let the nation see that is what she said in truth. And when people have to get to the facts of this thing,
All right.
People have to get the facts.
But I tell you too,
and that's why the UNC people upset with this, because this is what she said. She was going to drop it, not increase it. She said so. With her own mouth, she is going to drop it. That is why the people are upset, Not to say if it didn't happen and she didn't say she was going to drop it, all well and fine. Right? But people getting upset with even the own UNC people, even their own bloggers, starting to blog about the fed up at the UNC and all. And I have been watching this show on YouTube. The viewers are all dropping. You know that for yourself. The viewers are not dropping because people getting fed up at the UNC already. It's not because Ms. Kamala doing bad, but the things that the cabinet and what they're agreeing to, certain things people are not agreeing with. It's not to say she's a bad prime minister, but certain things she's doing and people who she have wrong her, doing wrong things and saying wrong things, and that is what people getting fed up of, Sometimes a man mightn't pay, all right, but the country under pressure, I'm going to get him a little extra dollar to help out with the country. Fine, but when you want to raise things and everything going up and up and up and up and up and up, people will get fed up because we didn't vote for that. We vote for them to balance off the budget, bring down. Again, our people might say, I want bad.
But I just monitor international oil prices, all these things. From the time I heard when the finance minister pegged oil prices at $70 or $70-something dollars. Oil prices has only reached $64. Right now it's $50-something dollars. People have to get read and look on news, listen to news, research on these things. You have to do your research on all these things. I just look at facts. And that is the fact of it. I don't care. They raise your fines. You break the law, you pay your fine. I don't have a problem with that. But don't come and say they was dropping the fine and raise it. That is the problem people have. No. She said she was going to drop it and she raised it. She said, so it come like you probably demerit points there on people again. Because at the end of the day, when you cannot pay your fine within a month time, your license still is going to be suspended. You had 2 weeks to pay the original fine. When the 2 weeks done, you have another 2 weeks to pay the 25% on. If you don't pay it, your license will get suspended. So you take off the demerit points, yes, but you're raising the fines high. But if you do the crime, you have to pay the time. You have to do the time. That's my thing, Andy. But take a look at the video if you could. Run the video and let people see.
But where
what the woman say.
Where's the pay them traffic offenses ticket? Which one is the pay them ticket?
In TT Post.
TT Post.
Oh.
TT Post, you have to pay them tickets. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So you know, Joe, other things.
Go ahead. Wait, watch tomorrow. I go watch the video during the day today and thing and whatever. And I go play it for the people tomorrow. But I ain't gonna comment yet until I had to ask, I had to play the video for the cabinet members and tell them, but look, all they say this like Rowley, How come all they say this like Rowley here? And look, all they doing different. Lennox Smith, if that video, if what the man, wait, Lennox, if what the man said it, he sent a video, I go and send it to you too.
Yeah.
That
right.
with the government.
Whether so or not, there must be a rationale for
all right, but Lennox, I'm asking you now. If the video what the man sent is really the Honorable Prime Minister and members in government now stating on a Monday night platform or however it go that they'll be watching at the taxes, the fines, and looking to decrease fines and this and that and however it go, how do they get themselves out of that, Lennox? If you see that video with them saying that it's not AI Matrix, let me hear you, Lennox Smith.
I raised the point, and it was not by accident, about credibility now. And if it is that when you analyze this situation, you realize that, listen, there is a need to take certain action, as in this case, of course, do that in order to deal with behavior, then that is explainable. Understand, it is not a tax. And the last caller, I was raring to, of course, make a comment here, because callers like these, right, in my view, if it is that you say that you did not say that, but you also did not say that you will not take away property tax, that you will not, you did not say as well that you will not, you will continue to implement the demerit points, etc. But the point I'm making beyond that, such a caller must be able to tell me, because they say they are well informed, they are esoteric, they are familiar. Then you have to tell me where the measure could have been taken because of the circumstance that the government found itself in. You see, and anytime that is in a vacuum and you're taking these incidents in isolation, then I have a serious problem with people making those comments without, of course, taking, and I made the point about those persons who are talking about the Caribbean, and they are big leaders, being a zone of peace, without, of course, looking at what is happening in Venezuela and what has happened in Venezuela and the conduct of Maduro. And therefore, you will find the solution as to why the argument about a zone of peace is irrational, illogical, null and void, and of no effect. And that's the point I'm making. You must tell me, what is the alternative? Just as how anybody telling me about the argument that is the subject of this discussion this morning, I will have to say, what what would have the PNM done? And
All right.
since they
Well, all right.
cannot say, and since they have not said, and therefore they're hiding something, and therefore I paid very little mine.
All right.
And
Hold 1 minute.
It has to be nestled in the domain of propaganda. Full stop.
All
Because
right.
if
Hold
they were
1 minute.
government, it would have been, I'm sure, would have been worse, because you would have had property tax. You would have had, of course, all these different taxes to treat with, including, of course, light water, and we can go on and on. So let us not
Hold 1 minute. Hold 1 minute. We go give only 20 minutes more. We go give only 20 minits more because of the late start, but we have to ride out in 20 minutes. Only have to make it short and sweet. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox.
Good morning.
A lot of the fines related to traffic offences has been stopped. They listed specific fines that they're going to increase. And I see nothing unreasonable in that, because as one caller said, it is a deterrent. If you know you're going to get charged if you're driving without insurance, don't drive without insurance, otherwise take your charge. Things like that. But it's other caller talking about number plate light and thing, all them things off the list. He just trying to be smart with foolishness, right?
A PNM
And
propaganda,
concerning,
that's all that is about.
yeah, he's just trying to be smart with foolishness. And concerning what this government meet when they reach in the treasury, none of these PNM callers calling in there talking about getting back at these fellas who was thieving all week taxpayers' money, you know.
Go to the top of the class, man. For the first time I had to tell you, go to the top of the class. You're talking language that has substance in it, man. That has some, not just bone, but meat too. Go ahead, man.
None of them talking about getting back with money. They're talking about the government trying to make money. If we don't have no money, how you going to run the country?
Well, all right. Thank you very much. Primrose, these guys.
And that is a caller that has
this
always
guy
been,
is
been
Sean Nelson saying. Sean Nelson saying, right, Sean Nelson is saying that guy is a PNM. Let me just run through this here quick. Savory's laughing. Number plate lights will fall under defective vehicle. So negative lights will fall under the defective vehicle, Smooth is saying. So true, caller. Harper is saying, Andy, that video is AI censored by the PNM people. It's not real. You will be fooling yourself by playing that video. Well, Harper is saying the man sent an AI generated video from a door plate.
That's why I bring up the talk about credibility, you know, because even if that is so, right? Who would you repose your trust in? Kamala Prasad, Mr. Sir, or any of the PNM leadership? And that's what it boils down to. And based on what she has done already, you can't take this. That is called framing, as I say in psychology. You take one thing that is the exception and make it look as though it's the norm. All they fooling, all they can't fool
let me
anybody.
say them call it quick. Roma Price is saying the PNM listeners are in their glee this morning. It's almost turning into a PNM program. Papa. But I don't know. Well, some of the people who talking out, I know them
Trying
as
to gaslight us by trying to give us a Nancy story.
no. But some of the people
is similar to attacks.
No, but
and all them kind of hogwash.
No, but to be fair,
and people calling and becoming angry by what really and truly is gaslighting and gobbledygook. That's what that is about.
right? Teresa D'Souza is saying PNM supporters and naysayers Hall HYMC, right? Kevin is saying all these increases, fix the roads. Saying, well, fix the roads. Ravi Nanan is saying, hear this next liar. Well, he said that last caller there is a liar. Right? Patricia Reed is saying, lie. Bernadette is saying, replying to Darcel, Bernard, Hall. Oh God, she tell him the man Hall, right? So right, only let me take them call. I just wanna. So the people who was calling only have a minute, eh? Cause we have to rack up, and I wanna make sure I play about the money and them voice note. Go ahead, caller.
Lennox, Mikey, Trinidad and Tobago, and all the best for a bright and prosperous New Year. Coming in the New Year is more hardship because the PNM, they can't get no propaganda machine across. But they still stick there. When my esteemed political leader said the demerit points will be removed on the platform, all of them jump up and say people drink and drive and you have more road carnage. And what deterrents they put, and what will deter from drinking and driving. But you see, when you say use the customostas and a gang of wrongdoers, you want to protect your wrongdoers. But that is why she put it. There should be 100,000 for drinking for the third time and get charged. That's for the third time. The offense will be $45,000. Yeah? So let them.
Thank you. Next caller. Only we have no choice. Go ahead, caller. We're running out of time. Go ahead.
Hello, morning.
Morning. Short and sweet. Mr. Faisabad, we get your point, my brother. We got to continue to stop here tomorrow. You know. Go ahead, caller.
Morning.
Good morning.
Compliments to the crew.
Morning.
Short and sweet here with me. I find when Mr. Rowley.
You find when Mr. Rowley what? Oh, Lord. Your money done or something, your internet done. You find what? Mr. Faisabad, we get your point, my brother. Oh, boy, because we only have about 9 minutes again. I have to lock off early. Right? All right. You find when... Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller. Hello, caller. You have to listen to your phone. I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Well, when the PNM when they take off the VAT of the $12.50, the merchants and them was putting on $3. $3 on every item. So right through things was going up.
All right. Thank you very much. Next caller. Let me just make sure we get everybody there quick. Come on. And then I had some voice wants to play. Oh, boy. Go ahead, caller. Short and sweet. I'm cutting off people.
Andy, I go to call to tell you, don't play that video. Don't take that bit. Them fellas come with the PNM rhetoric behind the scene. It's UNC activists talking, strong UNC activist supporters are talking. Lennox, defend your party any way necessary. You know, Kamala says she'll get it right. But I feel she has some people advice and she was I said that brain dead PNM plus she take back there. I open a wall sheet or tweaking on them advice and she know. Watch them PNM plan, you know. Lennox, and therefore bless them.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much, my friend.
All right, let's go again. Quick.
I'm doing it rationally, not by propaganda or by fly-by-night or airy-fairy and insinuations that has no basis in reality. Go ahead, my friend.
All right. Rafi is saying, Andy. No, Patricia Reed is saying, Andy, you get the proof and won't play it. I tell you, I go do that tomorrow. I don't go through, I don't censor the thing, I don't make sure it's not AI.
Propaganda at work, propaganda at work. Anytime they want to lure you.
Yeah, don't allow me. But remember, I had to go through the video, Patricia and Rafi.
What I consider to be attacking and reducing and currency floor PNM, where the political currency is so low that they could take anything to try to make it improve or valuable.
Yes.
But all the time, they spit in the sky and it falls in their face.
Nice.
They have no argument, in other words.
Semki is saying, oh gosh, Andy, you're always taking callers and they're long. Play the voice notes. All right, I'll play the voice notes just now. Wait, Papa, people real vex. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, morning, nobody here.
Nobody, you have to try to fit in where you want to say that because I will continue the show tomorrow.
All right, so here's the problem I'm hearing this morning. It is the first case of this government running into a problem of representation. You see,
I've said for a long time that the average citizen is not represented in parliament. You either hitch your wagon to one party or the next, but you are not represented. The problem of this thing is everybody's saying it is a tax. When I agree, it is a fine. But for the average person, it is a tax because the justice system in Trinidad and Tobago is not just. Everyone from the police who's going to be charging you to the road, because you have all manner of laws for your car to be roadworthy, but there are no laws for the road to be car-worthy. So the police officer and all who will be charging you is again kind of shaky. And then the court system is what it is. So for all intents and purposes, a quote-unquote innocent person can face this fine and it becomes a tax. That's how people are going to see it. And you can't blame them because they do not feel represented in any of this. When the American Revolution happened, their battle cry was no taxation without representation. When people don't feel represented, I heard the word advisors being thrown around. Who is advising this government? Well, you know who's advising them? Financiers. Because financiers are going to ensure that their interests are represented. Okay. So if there is to be a tax, it's not going to be on them. It's going to be on somebody else. So until representation in the parliament is where advice comes from for the government. Until representation is proper for average citizens out here, then there will be always... So what you're going to get now is everybody basically fighting and begging, please do not apply this. And hopefully this government listens. They have a history of listening, but what if they don't? And you cannot blame the PNM people out there for saying they won't. Lennox, it's not that they were foolish to accept PNM propaganda. They are not represented because representation goes both ways, both in creating law as well as when it comes to informing. If you are not in the parliament, you are not informed. People are not in the parliament. They don't feel they are. And until that piece of our system is fixed, you're going to have many more battles like these where people are either misinformed, misled, because you better believe the PNM would use that opportunity to mislead people. Misinformed, misled, or misrepresented. So in closing, the fix for that, I've said it for a long time, is a proportional representation system in the parliament.
All right, thank you.
I agree fully that the UNC is a good government. However, the government is basically the executive branch. We want in the legislative branch more representation.
All right.
Different groups in society. Thank you.
All right. Oh boy, oh boy.
I can't see Andy how you could avoid a group of persons desperate for government deliberately concocting an argument to fool the people, utilizing, of course, the fourth estate, which is you and I, and therefore their propaganda, oiling their propaganda machinery to suit that. Whether you have proportional representation or not, propaganda, the way that it has been coined in this particular case, I mean, is a clear case that is irregardless of the structure of governance. The fact is that you have dishonorable people who, of course, will engage in order to gain office, whether proportional democracy or whatever form of government that you may have, including, of course, communists and others.
All right. You're very Trinidad and Tobago and to each and every one of you because we have a date today at TTT. All right, because again, we're putting things together to start Monday, please God. Our first entrance, or we back on mainstream media, 91.1 FM and on TV4.
So it's a familiarization tour, so to speak. So where the seating accommodations are, how we're going to position ourselves, where the cameras are, where the technical board is, and all of that. Is that part of the exercise today?
Right. So no, that's not part. But Yeah, but it's all here. Tomorrow morning, please God, Mother Bernie, all here. All who I did not get to play all your voice notes. We will come back on this topic because it's a very serious topic. It is all over social media. It's trending. Just like how the deaths of various young children and based on, excuse me, how certain things is trend. This thing is really trending. Some people say it may have some AI generated proof. But I will get this evidence here. I will send it to Lennox.
PNM hook onto the thing and win that go. It will die just as the others.
I will send it to Lennox. Lennox and all of them with professionalism in him. He will check to see. But tomorrow we will play that proof that was sent to see if the former government did mention anything about fines and dropping fines and criticizing the PNM at that point in time about those road traffic fines and them and ting. We will get that day. And then as long as that, well, then I will try. Sorry, this topic didn't come up Monday morning, please God. Coming day would have been a very good topic for Monday morning, please God. To start off the ground report. But all here until tomorrow morning, please God. Don't forget the night corridor transformation, yours truly, Lennox Smith. And don't forget from 12 to 2, Irvin Felix. So we so sorry. All voice notes will be played tomorrow morning. Please God, we will start it off with that. And we will start off the program. So all who have the 2 cents, 3 cents, all who have the other evidence and videos, send it from a June day today. So I can go through, edit, make sure it has no costs and this and that because I want to go through. And I can make sure I can download that video. Okay, because we need to download the video. And put it on the system. So until tomorrow morning, please God, same time, same place, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Yours truly, the Pitbull of Radio. On behalf of the Ground Report team, we are out of here.
Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.